Hi there, my name is Claude Larson. I'm one of the artists coming to you for the Teen Arts Festival 2021. I am going to be showing you an image transfer process that's just a little bit addictive. You take very ordinary things, you come out with some really cool, fun, extraordinary results. So, very simple things. All you need is stuff that you already have around the house. You can get any old magazine style pages, even catalogs that come in the mail. They don't have to be anything like high quality or fancy. So if you have a catalog that has some fun images, I think this was like, I don't know if they were talking about the bathing suit in that ad or whatever. A lot of these are just some advertisements. You're going to need some clear packing tape, so what you would use to seal up a box if you were shipping it off to somebody. A pair of scissors. You're going to need a glue stick. And then what I have here are some other papers. I have a gift card envelope, not a gift card, like a greeting card envelope. And this is a fun thing you can do if you're going to be giving somebody a birthday card or any kind of greeting card that you're going to send them. It just makes the envelope very personalized and fun. I'll show you how to do that. I have little pieces of scrapbook paper just to show you some examples of what you can do with that. Book pages and sheet music, right? So this is just like a copy that I took. So if you have a printer at home that also makes copies, you can copy sheet music. I believe you can probably also download stuff from the internet and print it out if you want to do anything on sheet music. This is an old dictionary that I tend to tear pages out of because dictionary.com. Nobody needs dictionaries anymore. People are getting rid of them like crazy. All right, so I picked some images to start with, and I have, a surfer, this guy jumping in the air, a little landscape scene here. I found this wolf face, and I just roughly cut them out. Like, this is nothing fancy. We're not getting into the fancy stuff yet. And then I'm just going to take some of this packing tape, and I'm going to, I'll do one at a time. I'm going to just cover the image with packing tape. So everything that I want to have in my image transfer, I'm going to put packing tape on that. So this guy's real simple. Right, there you go. Step one. Maybe step two. First you got to find the pictures. I'm going to do something a little bigger just to show you how that works. So I'm going to cover this half of this gray wolf from some magazine. I don't even know what magazine. And then to get the other half of his face, if you want it, you can also do really cool stuff here. Do half of anything, make that interesting. And then I just have the whole thing covered. I'm going to do a third one just because I'm going to show you three different types of paper to attach this to. And I'm going to pick this surfer here with a wave. Get rid of that fuzz on the tape. And because we need a little more surf going on here, I'm just going to add some tape to the other half. All right, so I've got my three images. They are covered in tape, And now, after they've been covered in tape, here's where you're going to do a little bit of fussy cutting. So you're going to cut out what you want to keep. So I'm going around this wolf's head. Right around his face, again, keeping everything I want to keep, getting rid of everything I don't want. So I don't want the word gray wolf, I just want the wolf's face. Okay, get rid of the rest. Now my surfer, I'm probably going to keep a fair amount of this photograph here, or not photograph, but this image. Cut out a little bit of sky, get rid of the extra tape. Try to keep this pretty rectangular. Not a lot of fussy cutting needed here. You can see that was just a torn edge, so you don't have to do anything tedious at the beginning. It's just once you know what image you want. Now this guy I'm going to take a little time. I'm going to cut him pretty close. That way when I'm done with this, you'll see what happens. I can make him look like he's jumping onto the page here. And I mean, I'm being pretty careful, but I'm not going to make myself too crazy because we're here to have fun, right? We're not here to stress out over making fun little art things. Right? And keep his wild hair. But I'm going to get rid of these trees in the background because I just want him in his airborne position here. Okay, so there you go. I have 3 different things. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to toss them into a bowl of water. Nothing particularly special, just a regular old bowl of water, and you'll start to see the paper's getting wet. You can tell from the front that it's getting wet all the way through the back, right? And turn it over. Maybe give it a few more seconds to soak. You can use warm-ish water. It's easier on your hands. It probably makes this process go a tiny bit faster. I don't know how much faster it might go. And I am just rubbing away the paper. And once you get this going, it goes fairly quickly. Just got to give the paper a chance to get wet. Right, and now you see you'll be left with tape, but the tape will have the ink from the catalog or magazine, whatever this was, right? So let me do the other 2 before we do anything else. I'm just gonna, again, here's the back of the paper. This is stuff I, don't want, did not cut out. And I'm just I'm just pulling away the paper by rolling it under my thumb. And you'll see it comes away very easily, fairly quickly. Alright, that's 2. And you'll see when there's white pulp, just keep rubbing your finger over it. Get rid of that. And our last one, our gray wolf here. think he was the easiest of all. Probably because he sat in the water a little longer. So there's a tip for you. The longer it sits in the water, the better off you'll be. Okay, so there's our images. Just gonna dry my hands here. Might want to keep a paper towel nearby when you're doing this, or something to dry your hands with before you keep working on it. Now, I have a book page, I have scrapbook paper, and I have an envelope for a greeting card. And the nice thing about image transfer, I think you can see all three, is that I can audition this and I can say, ooh, it looks okay on there. Do I want a polka dotted gray wolf? Or, you know, do I want to be able to see text through the wolf? Right? And so you make a decision, right? Like that's pretty cool. A wolf with text. Let me check out my other two before I make my final call here. Now I've got this guy jumping. I could make him, you know, polka dotted. I could put him on the greeting card and say like, oh, I'm jumping up and down. I'm so excited. It's your birthday, right? Or I could put him on text. But I feel like text, I mean, he looks good on there, but he's kind of too fun. So I think I'm going to put him right here. See what happens there. And now finally I have my surfer, right? He's catching a wave here. So how does he look in a polka dot world? Right? Maybe he looks pretty good there. What does he look like on this envelope, right? He gets a little lost because the colors are very similar, which might be what you're going for, right? And a surfer on text, you know, maybe he's surfing the web, I don't know. So I'm going to leave him on the polka dots. So now I've got three things, three images. Very simple, regular old glue stick. You go to the sticky side and you add just a little bit more stickiness, right? So this, of course, is that it's the purple glue and it dries clear. So it will appear purple as I put it down here, but then as it dries, the purple will disappear. So when I do this, right, we've got this wolf. He's going to have text coming out of him. And we've got this guy who's super happy jumping in the air in his bathing suit. That sounds like fun as I look out at the snow today. And I'm going to put him on my envelope because I would send this to somebody, right? Because I'm so excited that they're celebrating whatever it is they're celebrating. Maybe it's their birthday, it's a holiday, it's something important that they've done, right? Notice my wolf is starting to appear, the purple is starting to disappear. I'm not sure if you can see that. Yeah, I'm trying to get it with no glare. And then finally, here's my polka dot surfer guy. And adding some glue stick to him. This actually stayed pretty sticky. You'll know the back will definitely be a little bit sticky, but if you really want it to have some staying power, it's a good idea to use this. Now, got this guy, he's, you know, you can place this wherever you want. In between the red dots maybe is a good spot for him because you can see what's underneath, right? And the beauty of this after it dries is if you want to, you can always take this polka dot picture, cut it out again. I got a little over the edge there. give him a minute to dry. But you could also use the polka dot image on something else, right? So if you wanted to add this to a book page, right? Maybe you have a dictionary or a page and it talks about surfers, and then you could add the surfer to the page, right? So it just makes it sort of fun, attaches a little bit of meaning to it, right? The art and then the written word. And so there you have it. There is a guy jumping. So you get to see him. You get to see how he looks on there. Now, you could cut him out and glue him on there, but the fact that there's transparency just makes it a little more fun. There's the wolf. You see the text right there through his face. So you get that extra layer of depth, which is something that when you're working in art, every type of artwork is going to have layers. And the more you layer your artwork, the more depth it has, the more interest it has, the more it holds somebody's attention. Right? And then, now my surfer guy still has a little purple, and it's drying, but you can see that he's right there, right? Surfing that wave in the polka dot ocean. So, quick review, right? You find a picture, cover it with tape, cut out what you want to keep, get rid of what you don't want. Only because it's going to be a little sticky on the back. Not that you can't trim it later, but it's just a good idea to not have to peel off more paper than usual. Dump it in water, rub with the fingers, and then you can attach it to anything you want, really. Scrapbook paper. Again, greeting cards. This is really fun to do. If you're handing it to somebody, it's, you know, you personalize it, but if you're putting it in the mail, it just makes it very fun. You can also seal the envelope and then do it over the flap, which holds it shut, but then it also just makes it a little fancier so that whoever you're sending that mail to, right, has just a little surprise when they get it. All right, and that's it. That's ordinary materials to extraordinary image transfer. I hope you try it. Hope you have fun with it. Use it in a million creative ways. And I'll just show you one other image I have. This is sort of my demo image. This is a little doggy in a suitcase. I put him on some polka dot paper. And again, limitless possibilities. It's just what images you like and what background you want to put it on. I've done it on hand-painted paper, so if you do have hand-painted papers or if you have some paint at home and you want to paint something first, you can attach it to that. The glue stick is really good for helping keep it in place. This has been there for probably a year. You know, no bending, no peeling. Really stays in place very well. All right, enjoy. Thanks, and enjoy the Teen Arts Festival.